What up, Craigs? Talon here. Before the show starts, just letting you know that if you're listening to this on the day it releases, June 24th, it is closing weekend of Impact. That's June 24th and Saturday, June 25th. What is Impact? Impact is an improvised play that is taking place in the Portland area. And it's a play where you, the audience, get to vote on the choices that the characters make. So, very fun. Not very fun is the way in which the Supreme Court today voted to eliminate choice for people who can get pregnant to have safe abortions. And it's an unfortunate segue, and I hate that it works so well. But we wanted to do something about that. So tonight, the proceeds from the show are going to the NNAF and Sister Song, two organizations fighting to make abortion access something everyone has safe access to. If you can't come to the show tonight, we encourage you to make a donation. In any case, look for the links in our description below or in the thing. I mean, not assuming the podcast app is below you or whatever. Come see the show. If you can't, make a donation. Here is the podcast now. Enjoy. The podcast you are about to hear contains graphic language and adult content.
Sorry, moms. What are you doing?
Turn the podcast counting
What are you
down
doing?
silently so
Sarah!
no one would know that we were trying to start. Okay.
What is this spell you're doing?
You know what? It started. Hi, welcome to the show, everybody.
Welcome. We have a special summer guest.
Summertime.
Is it? Do I get to talk?
Yeah, you do get to talk.
You know her, you love her. Ravioli woman herself.
Yes.
My loving girlfriend. And our collective best friend, I think.
Collective girlfriend.
Our collective girlfriend. The girlfriend of the pod. Elena Afanasiev.
Girlfriend of the pod.
Yeah.
Girlfriend of the pod is good. I like it.
I like that. That's
How do you
fun.
feel? It's kind of like America's girlfriend, but you're the pod's
I
girlfriend.
like it. It feels sexy and fun.
Just like summer.
Just like summer.
As a couple of summer gals. Talon, would you consider yourself a summer guy?
I'm a summer boy.
Oh, he's not a summer man yet.
Like B-O-I or B-O-I?
I think like B-O-I.
Okay.
O-I. Oh, it's hard to differentiate with
O-I.
your mouth. The difference between Y and I when followed after the O noise. But yeah, B-O-I as in igloo.
Oh.
B-O as in I don't have any of that because I keep it clean.
I truly was just wondering if you like the summer. That's all. That's all I wanted to know.
Well, they could have phrased it differently.
Is that your favorite season?
Okay, no. My favorite season historically has been winter.
You're
I'm usually
fucking terrible person.
Well, I feel like that's subjective, but okay.
I take it back.
There was like water coming out of your mouth.
Yeah.
You were saying that.
I just like I run warm, and I don't know. I've just always felt better being able to like put on layers. And there's something really appealing to me about snow, which we just never get anymore. So I don't love a winter without snow, to be honest. But I like summer, and I'm trying to embrace it more.
Okay.
I'm trying to become a summer boy. Become a summer boy.
Well, I gotta say that summer does look good on you. So.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Getting a little flirty with the girlfriend of the pod.
Oh, sorry.
Elena.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
God, Elena.
I can't help it.
No, it's fine. It's
good.
Why don't we just we should keep recording
Oh
the
yeah, sure.
podcast.
All right. Anyways, I'm having a fun and flirty summer.
Sarah, summer looks good on you.
Yes, bitch.
I'm gonna do something we never really do
Okay.
in this early and ever maybe, which is like
Whoa.
Kind of.
I'm sorry. We get
I know,
a third
I know.
person on the pod, and all of a sudden you're changing up the rules.
I just felt like we actually needed to provide kind of a follow up to last episode.
Oh
because
my god.
We introduced this concept, not by name, but this man who sold this texting plan, right? This thing we talked about on the podcast last episode. If you haven't listened, go listen. But there's this man selling a guide on how to make women want to text you back and fuck you, basically.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Foolproof.
Yes.
Foolproof.
And we brought it up. And we had wished so badly that we could see, like, the content.
God, it's all I wanted.
That was all we wanted. And then I feel like shortly after, we were able to get, like, some glimpses. There were some previews from the website that we found. I just wanted to bring them up because they're...
Please.
They're just so exactly
what you think they're going to be.
What you think.
And I did forget that wasn't also on pod. I forget that you and I interact outside of the podcast.
I try not to talk to you outside of the podcast because then I lose track about what we've said on the podcast or not.
What we haven't.
So it's easier if I just keep all of our conversations to when they're being recorded.
Strictly pod, yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to try these out in Elena? Because I've experienced them already, so they might not work on me.
Oh, no.
Well, I might have sent you these too, but you can be the judge about how will this work on you. Okay. So this is the text that this guy would instruct you. You pay him. It was on sale for like $67. Full price is like $140. You pay him this money, and he tells you to send this text to a woman, and here it goes.
You pay him money?
You pay him money.
You pay him money.
For these pre-written text messages.
And then you send the text.
Yeah. So bad. Okay.
Hits such as this one. Playtime in T-minus 30. I trust your weekend is action-packed with nothing but mischief.
Oh.
Just that?
So the context of that text is he's coming over to your house in 30 minutes?
I think he's like asking like what you're doing for the weekend.
What?
See, But
he is also busy in 30 minutes and wants you to know that he's got a very active lifestyle.
Oh!
You see the layers to this? This is why women are so easy to fool.
Well, I'll give him that I am confused.
I'm also confused.
Yeah, okay. I think he succeeded. Can you say it again and we'll try to decipher what's going on?
For context, imagine we have like matched on Tinder. Maybe we even had a date, but whatever. We are... Yeah. Now on our separate paths. It's the weekend. It's about to start.
Yeah. As always happens to me, you're way more into me than I'm into you.
I think that's absolutely the case if you are buying this product. Okay. So, again, I'm shooting up the text. Work just ended. Blah, 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 blah. Playtime in T-minus 30. I trust your weekend is action-packed with nothing but mischief.
I still don't get it.
Is he sending this at 4:30 on a Friday? Is that the text?
Maybe that's it.
Maybe that's the context.
I still don't get it.
So T-minus 30, like, we're playtime, like, we're free for the weekend in 30 minutes.
Yes, so there's that.
But you have to send it exactly 4:30.
You have to send this exactly 30 minutes preceding playtime. And I don't know what that is for you.
I thought he was saying, I'm going to come over to your house and we're going to fuck in 30 minutes.
That's what it sounded like to me, too. Well, like, he's saying, like, in 30 minutes, party time.
But, like, that's not enough time for me. Like, I've got to light a candle. I need to wash my butthole.
Right.
Well, get rid of the first part. Playtime in T-minus 30. I'm ignoring it.
Let's keep moving.
No. Let's move on.
I was like, wait, what did she just say?
So then there's the next part. I trust your weekend is action-packed with nothing but mischief. It doesn't end in a question or a period or anything. It's just like a statement.
Because he doesn't actually want to know how my weekend was.
What do you think the mischief is?
I think what is the implication there? Like, I trust your weekend's filled with, like, raunchy monkey sex parties. And...
I think the mischief he means is the kind where you drive to your enemy's house and put instant potato powder all over their lawn, and then when it rains, it turns into potatoes.
Oh.
Like mashed potato on their lawn.
That's pretty
gross.
Ingenious.
Yeah. I think that's the mischief. Yeah, it is. I think that's the mischief he's referring to.
I love that.
See, I'm a little unhinged when it comes to people I meet on online dating apps because they're not real people. That sounded mean. They are real people, but they're people that I may or may not never ever meet again. So usually I overthink all of my social interactions constantly. And I feel like when I go on dates with people from the internet is like one of the few times I allow myself to be a little unhinged. So if somebody sent me a text like, what mischief are you getting up to? I would be like, I'm kidnapping 30 children and pitting them against each other in a Hunger Games style battle royale. And then that would make the wrong kind of people stop texting me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
And it would make the right kind of people be like, that's kind of fucked up, but honestly, are you having a good weekend? And I'll be like, yeah.
Yeah.
You need a book just for you, I think.
That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. Thank you.
Oh, man. I mean... I want to know what our personalized books would look like if they were a thing. But here's another example. Here's another brand new text, okay?
Okay.
And even it helps, a brand new guy or whatever is texting you.
If it helps.
That really helps. That really helps.
It's after work.
Okay.
Feasibly, you could have had a beverage by now.
Okay.
Setting the mood. Here we go. Here's the text. Shows up on your screen, your notification, you look it up, it's Chad, what's he got to say? Big one tonight, Missy? I'm already 4 pints in. Someone needs to play catch up.
If somebody sent me the text message, big one tonight, Missy, I would say, yeah, I just took a fat dump. How did you know?
How did you know? We're so in sync. Did you dump too? Are our dump schedules synced up?
Do you want to pick?
Do you want...
Hey.
Yo, I already I take a pic of all of my bowel movements so I can send them to my GI doctor. So if you want one, I got one loaded up.
I feel like BM pics as a response to dick pics would be like totally acceptable.
Oh, that's true. Hey, your penis kind of looks like this poop I took.
Wow, good penis. Wow, huge penis. Check out this huge dump.
Oh my god.
We immediately, it's like there's in no time flat, we go to the most juvenile place.
This is the penis podcast, I think.
The penis.
We got it in our logo and everything. So big one tonight, Missy. That doesn't work on you.
Missy?
Being called Missy is like, that's the most cringe ever.
Like, who do you imagine calling you Missy, Elena?
I think my, like, teachers, like, if I was in second grade, not even...
Yeah,
I mean,
they're like, and you, like, just cut your own hair in class with the safety scissors, and they're like, Missy?
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck.
Shit, I'm in trouble.
Shat.
Shit, I'm in trouble.
Do you want to see a picture of my bowel movement? Anyways.
Why does that sound like a second grader? Oh, shit. Stop. Do you want to see a picture of my...
bowel movement? Do you have another one? Do you have any more?
I wish I had more. I know.
Those are all you get for free.
That's all you get for free. And I know I want someone. I know you sent me that TikTok earlier, and I was like questioning, like, is this or a different thing?
It was a different.
It seems like a different thing, but same kind of thing.
Yes.
And I imagine that this website would also have them like labeled by like cougars or whatever kind of woman you're trying to date. And I say that specifically because even in the FAQ section on the website, which is probably equally entertaining and bad. One of the frequently asked questions is, will this course work on girls of all nationalities? And they responded, I get asked this a lot. And to be fair, it's a good question. After all, I'm a white guy from the West. But rest assured, the tips and tricks you'll find in... Oop, I've named it. I'll bleep it. are based on proven psychological concepts which work on anyone regardless of nationality, culture, or religious background. I spent 5 years traveling the world texting girls on all 7 continents, minus Antarctica. It's important that you know, not Antarctica. From Indians to Russians and Filipinos to Brazilians. So don't worry whether the girl you're texting is Indian, Asian, white, or black. The tips and techniques you'll find in will work for you.
You said it again.
I know. In fact, 40% of the people on our course are not Caucasian.
Whoa, diversity.
Wow, this guy knows everything and every woman in the world.
This guy's
Is that his DE&I page on his website?
Yes. Our diversity, equity, and inclusion statement is as follows.
You can fuck any race you want.
This book will make any woman of any ethnicity want to go down on your doink doink.
Doink, doink.
So what I'm trying to say is, can we all pitch in and buy the course? Yes. Elena, you in? That's why we brought you on here.
How much is it?
Well, I don't know if it's still on sale. It was on sale for $67, but if you split that 3 ways, that would be $20. That's dinner.
I need a fourth person.
Okay. Sharks, that's why we brought you here today.
Sharks, we're seeking $20 more.
I would love a fourth shark.
Yeah.
We would love to get a 4th shark in on this so that we can split this 4 ways.
Damon. Why do I call him Draymond?
Draymond?
I thought you said something weird. I was like,
Draymond?
Draymond?
Matt Cuban? Anyway, we should start the podcast.
Mr. Incredible, what do you think?
You caught my eye in the grocery line, and I fancied myself a man worth your time, and I couldn't help thinking, I wish you were mine, man-seeking woman.
podcast for listeners, Super Mario Woes. Don't worry, folks. Chris Pratt says the Super Mario voice is nothing like anything you've heard in the Mario world. It's time for another Craigslist Central Crisis, the show where we take the misconnection section into new directions. I'm Tom Bigelow.
I'm Sarah Thompson.
And
I'm Elena Afanasiev.
I didn't even have to cue you.
Oh.
You did it.
She had it on. I was right. I knew she was going to do it.
You pointed at me.
You know what? She takes direction so well.
Wait,
Very,
really?
very directable.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
The director and star of Impact, Elena Afanasiev.
Hey,
star.
and star. No,
And
that one
star.
got me too. I liked it.
I forgot I'm the star.
I mean, there's 6 stars.
Could I ask a question that relates to the beginning of the show? So if anyone skips the beginning of the show, this is your reckoning.
Oof.
Shouldn't have done it. Because
I
the
like
beginning of the show, I would argue, is one of the best parts.
Yeah, you know?
Because you're still fresh, you don't hate us yet. Okay, we were talking about bad flirty text messages. Is there, if you were to construct a flirty text that you would like to receive, what would that look like? Like, give me like a short flirty text that you would like to receive.
That you'd like to receive.
Because we're making fun of this guy, but his job, could we do it?
Well,
could we do it?
I mean, that's the difference, right? I would never claim to be able to write a book that could help anybody be a better texter. I could do it
That's
for
true.
myself.
And I would
Fine.
never say that I could get you a girl of any ethnicity.
I couldn't. I don't know how to do that for me.
Yeah.
So I don't. Who am I to say I could do it for anybody?
It's true.
But yeah, that's a good question. A good.
Like, does anyone have a text that has like given them butterflies?
I think anytime someone says they're thinking about me, you know, because I like to know that I want someone's mind.
Yes.
And that immediately makes me think like, hell yeah, this person's really into me.
That's a great answer. That's a great answer.
Yeah, so I think that would get me.
So just a little,
More?
hey, I was just thinking about
Yeah,
you.
I was just thinking about you, or maybe a specific thing from our conversation,
Ooh.
or yeah.
I
something
saw this flower and it reminded me of your favorite.
like that.
Of your favorite.
That's nice. I like, even more than that, more than being thought about, I think if someone lets me know they're thinking of me and also they are thinking of, like, my interests.
Oh,
And are-
okay.
Oh, like they are letting, like, yeah, I saw this thing that I know you like because we talked about it and I looked into it more and I thought of you, you know?
So you're just piggybacking off of Lana.
So, yes, I am. But it's more like, I'm thinking of you. I'm thinking of you. And also, I got this comic I think you might like.
All right,
Hold
well,
the
I
fucking
like,
phone.
I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of something you like, and I'm in love with you.
Well, that's
So
just,
mine's the bang.
that's less
I
flirty and more.
Just thought about it, and I think I'm in love with you. Anyway, have a good day.
There's an engagement ring under your coffee cup. That would be the kind of flirty text message I would like to receive.
Great. Well, I'm glad that fell apart very quickly, but I did like that. Do you want to start me off with one with Talon? Do you want to start off with one? What are you feeling?
Yeah, why don't you pick one first, and I'll explain if you don't know how this show
Oh,
works.
God, you're right.
I'm not right.
Sorry.
No one's right.
No, you're right.
Listen, we can all be winners. Listen, if you don't know the show, here's how it go. We take misconnections from this little website called Craigslist. It's called Craigslist.org.
It is.
It's called, you know,
It is
how
Craigslist. It's
websites
an
are.
organization.
You go to you go to the website called google.com and then you enter Craigslist and it'll take you to the website called Craigslist.org. And what you do there is whatever you want, but there is a section for misconnections, and it's like a big internet message board where people post messages to people they maybe had a brush with earlier in the day or some other time, and they just can't get them out of their mind, so they go here and hope to connect with them, or they're just trying to get their beak wet.
That's true. Trying to get their beak wet.
Yeah.
That's the phrase that you always use.
Okay, so Sarah said, what did you say on stage, Sarah?
I said, get your wick dipped.
Yes.
I believe
Yes,
what
you
I
did. Impact, come see
I
us.
remember looking at Thomas off stage and being like,
because
what did she say?
I said that with the utmost confidence because I thought it was what Talon always says, but it was not at all.
I like it
But
though.
it was so good.
Get your
It
wig
just
dipped is good. So
like
folks
a
are
candle
either
making class.
Yep.
they're either trying to light the sparks of love or they're just there to get their wig dipped. Mm-hmm. How's that? Misconnection's like a big candle shop. Could be friends, both seniors. Met a very nice man at the park the other day. Said we could be friends. And I thought we hit it off. but he never got back to me when I called. If you don't want to be friends, then say so.
Oh.
I'm getting tired of the could be friends crowd. What's going on?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wow, I don't mean to be rude, but I wonder why no one wants to be friends with you.
Yeah.
Seems like you have a real grudge here.
Maybe it's because you end all your sentences
What's
with periods like
going
a
on?
sociopath.
Sociopath.
Yeah.
You know,
This has got a lot of like a real like senior spunk to it. That's just like, you
uh,
know what? I'm too old to wait.
senior spunk is exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, I bet you were.
What are your thoughts, Elena?
Also, if someone is suggesting that you could be friends or that, there's some friendly vibe between the two of them, doesn't mean that I'm devoting my life to you to be as your friend and we should be friends and that person owes nothing to that person.
It's true. It's true.
No, like Sarah taught me, nobody owes you anything. Okay? And that's true.
You were there for my whole nobody owes you anything phase, and I stand by it.
God.
No. This podcast has no secrets.
Okay.
Every time I've ever tried to keep a secret from this podcast, it has come out because my brain is directly connected to my mouth.
That's true.
That's how it works.
Yeah, I mean, I get the frustration of being like, I'm trying to put myself out there, platonically, romantically, whatever. Trying to put myself out there. I'm not getting any reciprocation. But something that, really helped me when I was feeling very frustrated by that fact was just being like, well, yeah, of course. Like, the universe doesn't owe me anything. It's not like I need to be a certain way in order to receive this energy back. It's just that it's not happening because it's not meant to happen right now.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of frustration can come from feeling like not like entitled when you're not actually entitled to anything.
Right. And the thing with this case is that this person was at a park. Mm-hmm. It wasn't they weren't like at a friendship park looking for friends.
It's not called Friend Island.
Exactly, Sarah. So the person at the park owes them nothing. Also, he said he never called him back.
Yeah.
So they gave him their phone number.
Yeah, so this isn't really a misconnection.
It's not.
Also, if I'm communicating with other seniors and I just don't hear from one for a while,
Don't say it.
I just think the odds go up,
Talon!
They said they are both of senior age. Know what the next stage is after senior? I'm just saying.
Damn. He ain't wrong, though. He ain't wrong.
I mean, I wouldn't immediately go write a rude message anonymously about them on the internet. I might have a little bit of a pause to be like,
a little
but what if,
decorum.
though? But what if? Yeah, I haven't heard from Frank in a bit. He could be ignoring me, or he was looking
a little ill.
You know.
That's a great point. That is a great
I don't
point.
like having to make it, but I'm...
Also, I'm getting tired of the could be friends crowd.
Yeah.
That's really, there's a posse of people out there just spreading false hope, going from place to place, going, we could be friends.
Yeah.
And then winking menacingly at the camera.
Oh
I think, and maybe in senior discourse, this is just the equivalent to the millennial, let's hang out sometime.
Menlennial.
You know what I said.
Millennial.
So this is just the equivalent to the...
Yeah. Except
that crowd.
seniors don't have as much of an excuse.
That's... Yes.
Because theoretically, I hope they're retired.
They should be free.
I will say, I believe seniors should be allowed to be retired.
I think they should be... I know what I think it should be. I don't think retirement should be a thing you have to save for or work for. But I think you should work as long as you want until you go, you know what? I'm done.
I like that.
And then you just hit a button on the internet and then you just start getting retirement money. That's how it should work.
That.
But I'm not president.
Yeah, thanks, Ronald Reagan. This is an anti-Reagan podcast.
Always has been, always will be. And stay out.
I do truly think that we did record a podcast one time on Ronald Reagan's death day, and I think we said rest in piss for Ronald Reagan on
Really?
it. I think so.
Wow.
We
feel
tell
like
lots
I
of people
recall
to
that.
rest and piss, you know?
That's true. That's true. Unless they have a piss fetish, in which case I hope you rest dry as a bone.
Far away
might
from
have.
pisses.
You might
I
have.
don't know.
You never know about those presidents.
I've got one here, and Sarah, I'll just hand it to you.
A walk in the park. On my evening walk, we passed each other, and you complimented me. I'm the guy with the legs. Would like to talk more. That guy's got legs. Damn.
What's your reaction to this, Elena?
I had to close my eyes to really visualize what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we're at a park.
Yep.
Yeah, hot park week for us.
It's the sun's out. Everyone's like
Peak park season.
parks.
Park me up.
Okay, he mentioned his legs.
He's the guy with the legs.
He's the guy
he
with the
said.
legs.
So does he have some like really long
Gams.
or does he have real short,
My question is,
strong legs?
yes. What
And
do
was
the
he
legs have to
wearing,
be to
very
be?
short shorts?
They are the legs. I'm the guy with the legs.
Like
Yeah.
they're
Not just any
iconic
legs.
legs for a reason. So.
Like, who would you say has iconic legs?
That is such a
Angelina Jolie has an iconic leg. Just one. Just
That
one.
was a pretty iconic move. I will say, of famous legs, I do the minute you said that, I knew what leg
You
were
knew
talking
exactly.
about. Yeah.
But then I had to retract and be like, it's not legs, it's just legs.
It's just a leg.
It's just leg.
Yeah, those are some iconic legs.
Who else?
I don't feel like I'm good at recognizing body parts. I think maybe that's my problem.
Do they need to be incredibly recognizable to be
Yes.
iconic? You think on sight you need to know which
mean,
legs they are.
I think if I were to be like, those are legs, that's the guy with legs. I think the reason that guy has legs in this description is because they are memorable legs.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
I think the only legs I really truly remember is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's got some thick. No, I lied.
Oh,
The legs that I remember and drooled over.
Oh.
Were, I'm blanking on his name, but he was in Black Panther. He was
not Chadwick Boseman.
not Chadwick Boseman.
Not Michael B. Jordan.
He's the vegetarian.
Ooh, Winston Duke.
Winston
Got some
Duke.
thick old thighs. Some
Especially
big old
in
gams.
Us, when
Oh,
he-
in Us.
In Us, when he's
No.
on the bed.
We
and
need
I'm
to stop. We need to
See?
stop because
That's
I
what
will.
I'm talking about. Those are iconic legs.
Those were
Those
some
are.
gams.
I want to call my thighs my Winston Dukes. That's how
I
I feel.
number one love that, and
Yeah.
number two, that was the
So-
leg, the thigh shake heard round the world. That man, he is both double cheeked up and he's got some. I've never understood the whole crush my head between your thighs thing until I saw his thighs, and I was like, no, he could absolutely pop my head like a watermelon right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I would die
Yeah.
happy.
First of all, I spanked my thighs a lot, and they're
You
they
did.
sore now.
They hurt a little bit.
They hurt a little red, but also,
sorry.
yeah, I 100% agree. I know, Black Panther needs a new Black Panther, and I'm like, put him in the suit. I want to see a thick,
I want those
cheeked
legs.
up Black
Yeah.
Panther, please.
Yeah.
I want to see Winston
the
Duke
suit.
in a Black
Yeah.
Panther suit so bad.
I
Because I
do-
think it'd be so badass and powerful.
Like, I do feel like if Winston Duke is not the average body type to be famous on television, and I
Yeah.
feel like if he was a lady, everyone would be like, body positive queen, but because
Yeah.
he's not a
That's
lady,
so true.
I think, and that's why I think, like, when I saw him in Us, I was like, oh my god, because I'd never seen a man with that body type on TV or movies before, and that's kind of my type. I like a little meat on my man's. So, Winston Duke was doing it.
And, it's all over, because it's not just the legs.
I mean, he's gorgeous.
He's gorgeous. He's meaty all over.
He's just a...
He thick.
He thick.
Got a
he
nice
thick.
smile.
Winston Duke was written in bold.
You are right.
Yeah.
And he's got a lovely voice. He's got a very calming demeanor.
And a soft
Good
accent.
fashion
Like it's not.
Yeah.
It's like a
he
very
does have
subtle
a lot.
accent.
He does have a little accent, doesn't he?
A little bit.
I never noticed, but now that you say it, I get it.
I notice it in Us for sure. There's some lines he says. I'm like, that's said in a very specific
I feel like when
way.
you're scared, it's hard to, or when you're acting scared,
Yes.
it's hard to get rid
Even
of the
before he's
accent.
scared, and he's just like, oh, y'all scared of a family? You like
Family?
y'all scared of a family? Like family? He says it better than I could. 'Cause
No, that was really good.
No, I like your impression.
No, that was family. Family. Family.
Y'all
Family.
scared of a family.
Ooh,
You
that's
guys sound it out.
Anyways,
Anyway,
Winston Duke,
those are some iconic legs.
body positive king. That was a really good. No, that was actually a great.
Also, Inspector Gadget. I'm gonna say Inspector Gadget. I would recognize those legs anywhere.
Oh, another one is Gru from Despicable Me.
Oh,
Very.
Elena, you joke, but you're right. He does have the legs. You are so right, Gru.
Gru would be the guy with the
You are
legs.
so correct.
The guy with the legs.
Yes. Yes. You are right. Gru has yes.
Good one.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm supposed to be giving you one, aren't I?
Well, that's what normally happens, but
All right.
we don't have any sort of structure
Drama.
here. Here we go. Rodeo Clown Girl. You made a pass at me when I went to respond. You'd clearly had a change of heart. Obviously, you don't want to ruin being single like your dad. I just jumped at the first nice person to bat their eyes, thinking it was meant to be.
Wait, sorry, could you read the line about the dad one more time?
Yeah, let me try. Obviously, you don't want to ruin being single like your dad.
Like your dad, okay.
You don't want to ruin being single like your dad.
Being single.
How much does this person know about
their dad? I
About-
know, that's
they
how
must
I got
know
it.
this person.
You don't want to ruin being single. This person...
Or like the come on line, because okay, here's the situation that I'm seeing happening here.
Yep.
Person A approaches person B and is like, "Hey, hot stuff. My dad's super single, and so am I.
Yeah.
You're hot. Let's fuck." And then goes and sits down. Person B is like, "Oh, you know what? I would like that," and goes back to person A and says, "Yeah, you're hot. I would like to fuck." Person A is like, "I'm kidding. I changed my mind." Person B is like, "Now I'm pissed. You're gonna be single like your dad forever." That's what I'm getting here.
So you think they started the conversation off
Yes.
by letting them know that...
Yeah, because that's what it says. It says, "You made a pass at me. When I went to respond, you'd clearly had a change of heart."
So really, the question is, what is the pickup line that
Yes,
featured
that-
single dad into,
Exactly.
like, really wiggled that information into it?
Exactly.
So-
My single dad might be hot, but you know who's hotter?
Yeah.
You. You know who you remind me of? My single hot dad.
You know...
There's no way this is a good pickup line.
There's no way. I'm trying to think of one. Like, hey, stranger, I'm here with Dad and Jess, my dad, because he's single, but I could leave with you. Like, my
Like,
dad says
no.
I could sleep over. What the fuck? I don't know. My single dad says...
My single dad says that we can have a multi-gender sleepover. Yeah,
don't
I
know.
can't imagine how the pickup line managed to work in
Yeah.
dads being
If that's
single.
what... Otherwise, it's just, this is a weird attempt at a joke, I guess?
rodeo
Like,
girl.
your dad's...
I mean,
Your dad clearly isn't single because you're here, so your dad ruined being single because he had you. Get it?
No.
Because I could, if you weren't here, I'd be like, and your dad was, and you weren't. That doesn't make any sense.
The only way I can see this working is the opposite way, is being like, "Hey, is your dad a baker? Because you got some hot buns." That line, but it doesn't work.
I thought you were going to do a baker's dozen joke, and I was trying to figure it out.
Hey,
Hey, is your dad a baker?
A baker
because
because-
I got 12 condoms, and I could use one more. For you.
yeah, these 12 condoms, they're all for
These
me.
12
I'm not
plus
sharing.
one more, 13. A baker's
not
dozen
sharing these
condoms.
12
We're going to use
condoms.
13 condoms.
Oh man.
So, yeah.
Anyway,
Rodeo
Clown
Clown
Girl. Elena's been speechless this whole time. I'm sorry.
Honestly, I'm just so.
It's very
confused.
confusing.
Like it feels like he's like going at like against her, but it doesn't work because it's just so complicated what he's saying.
Yeah. It's I don't know. You could have used a second pass. That's what I'll say. Could have used a second draft.
Yeah, maybe think that one through
I
next
think that
time.
went through. Anyway.
You got another one? You want to give one to Elena?
Ooh, you know, I do.
I feel like she should read one.
Elena,
Duh.
this is for you. This is a little longer, so just be ready for that. Here you go.
Oh wow, that is long.
Yeah.
Okay. Salem/Portland. Your brown skin, your sense of taste, confide, abide, true love. But I was fresh, like the colors you paint, a canvas is always white. Till my own mind's pain conquered me, because my brown skin tortured me as well. Distant, 7 years. And however long that actually feels to you, memories are hard won. But through the pain, they are cherished. Remember the smiles when we walked from one class to another through small woods, those token woods, to save the planet that we made a forest out of? I learned your true voice and cherish it forever. Remember running? The first time you tried mushrooms? We're tied to the earth, laughing, hard to keep up, but I knew you were safe for the first time. I knew you were going to be all right. Did you even need me? And what is... And I'm sorry. And that is why I had to leave. I had to break your heart, and I'm sorry. I am so very sorry. I regret it every day.
Do you think this person knows that to write poetry, you don't just say random words in any order? You know, like
Followed by the meaning of the poem.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is why I had to break up with you.
Yeah.
This has been a poem.
That was, I hope that gave them what they needed, because I'll tell you, it gave me nothing.
To say woods twice, too.
I'm trying to...
Those token woods.
Woods.
We went off into the woods.
Through small woods.
Those token woods.
Those token woods, yeah. That we made a forest out of.
My skin is brown, but a canvas is always white.
Yeah, what? What
was
is it saying?
Preach.
Also, not true, I think. I feel like you can get canvas in many colors.
That's very true.
This is true. Truly a wild poem. 7 years.
Distance.
7 years.
And however long that actually feels to you. And however long? 7 years and however long?
So this is someone they haven't seen in 7 years. That seems like a lot to be writing a poem about. I'm not here to tell anyone to get over their first love or whatever, but that's a long time.
It sounds like this person was on mushrooms and then was like, I should... Oh my god, I'm genius.
Elena, I think you're on to it. I think that's exactly what it is. Now that you say that, I think you're absolutely right.
I'm going to go on Craigslist.org.
And we are meant to be, so they will find this.
They will find
We are connected.
The earth is going to connect them
Those
with
token words. And they're going to see the title Salem/Portland.
Oh my god.
I know.
Yeah, the most least interesting title you could choose. There's so much in here, and it doesn't amount to much.
Yeah, this is a great example of saying so much without literally saying anything at all.
Yes.
Something which bureaucrats are very good at, and also this poet.
Yeah.
Yeah, this person should run for office.
Honestly?
I hope that they don't, but they,
They have a 7-year plan. Distant.
7-year plan.
Sort of turns
Distant.
4 years. Remember the smiles?
Remember running?
Remember running? Those token woods?
Frankly, no.
Thank you for trying to bring life into that, Elena.
That was really great. That was really great. You brought meaning that I don't think was there.
It wasn't there.
We've read a lot of poetry, Craigslist poetry on the show, and I feel like this is one of the deadest poems we ever did read.
Yeah.
It's just...
Because sometimes they're a little enticing.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I was not enticed here.
They have a little more going on, a little more... They at least evoke emotions, but this one could use another draft.
Yeah.
And that's what we do here. We tell
Tell it like it is.
Yeah. So we look forward to seeing everybody's second drafts next week. This has been Craig's Existential Crisis.
Poetry hour.
Okay, here
Have
we
you
go.
ever tried to write a poem?
Yes.
Well,
God, who hasn't?
In your adult age?
Well, like on your own accord, not
Yes.
by school.
Oh God, yes.
Really?
Were they good? Ask me that.
Were they good?
No.
Also, what were they about?
What was anything about? I think it was probably a lot about, like teenage angst, like
Love it.
being like, I'm alone in the darkness.
Yes.
It's just me by myself. And I also tried to write poetry and because here's my little dork brain coming out. But I think that taking poetry classes as a fiction writer makes you a better fiction writer because poetry has to get across a lot of meaning with a lot fewer words. I think that poetry is really beautiful. Well-written poetry is really beautiful in that you have no spare room on the page. Like every word has to mean something because you're in such a small space, and you should translate that over to fiction when you can.
Yeah.
So I took some poetry classes and wrote some things that I thought were okay, but could never get over the fact that I just feel like I feel so pretentious writing poems. Like there is never a world in which I will ever be comfortable being a poet because it feels so pretentious to write a poem.
And, maybe the act of poetry in itself is just a little pretentious, and I don't know if there's anything wrong with it. Yeah. I think...
But why?
Because it is a little bit... I mean, even improv can be pretentious. When I feel real silly at times when we're sitting in a room make them ups.
I only ever feel serious.
I don't know if
That's true. You're a very
serious improviser, yeah.
And I don't feel like pretentious about improv, but if I could easily get pretentious about it. And I feel like with poetry, you're like, you have to take some like very simple messages and themes, and you're like making a puzzle out of words almost, and like not necessarily that's something to be like understood and you're making it hard to understand, but you're like taking something that's a simple concept and dressing it up in a totally different way and trying to almost disguise it.
I think that's bad poetry.
Maybe.
I think that the best poets do not sound like... It sounds more like they're cutting to the heart of something as opposed to building
just
up
being
something.
direct.
That's fair. That's fair.
Or like trying to say something that could not be said in words.
Okay, yeah.
Or and I also think the best poets come across as very unpretentious. Like, poetry feels like their first language, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's my first language. I think most people it's not their first language, but I do think that some people like do legitimately think in poetry.
Yeah.
And that's my little sandhill. I hear what you're saying though.
I agree
and I
with
think
what
a
you're
lot
saying.
of poetry is like that.
And maybe it's just like every art form, Maybe there's a learning curve to every art form where you just put everything at once. You use all the paints, all the different techniques, all the things
Talk
you
about
learn.
your
You're just
English
trying to
and
put...
the dark pit that you live in as a teenager.
Yep.
Yes. And improv would be the equivalent of like you're using every game you've ever played in a class and trying to put it all into a scene. But less is more, and that's a skill that only masters really can like achieve.
That's a great yes.
Yeah, well
So
said.
Well
maybe
said,
same with
Colin.
food, same with I think any art. I think there's a lot of room for pretension.
It's almost like the more you say, the less you have to say. Whoa, which brings us back to the poem. I'd like to hear if either of you have ever attempted writing poetry just for fun.
Not in my like adult age. I definitely like as a younger person did some stuff.
You were like, this is a way for me to express myself.
I'll try it. It'll be fun. I'll draw a picture that goes with it. It'll be cute.
Ooh, Shel Silverstein in our midst.
You know what? Yeah, like Shel Silverstein was definitely like a big inspiration. I think we definitely had some
A Mr.
assignments. A Mr. Seuss?
What about you, Elena?
I don't think so. I think the only times I ever wrote a poem was for class. I had to write them in Russian growing up, and then I did memorize a lot of poems growing up. So I think I despised poems.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot of good Russian poetry, too.
There is, which is all about like painting the picture. It's
they're very good at that.
That's what I always loved. Or like, Pushkin.
Yeah.
One of the greats. Just, I don't know. I wasn't into poetry.
Well, now I feel like we should all try and like write a poem.
Bring it back to
what
class.
happens.
This has been Literary Corner.
Next episode, read your poems.
We're all bringing our poems to class and we'll all critique it. And all right, here we go. Not reading at Laurelhurst tonight. You were the only person facing away from the sunset tonight on the solstice. And I asked what you were reading. That was so engrossing. You said you were eating. I liked your energy. Yellow heart.
What are you reading?
I'm eating.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Why are you putting that book in your mouth? Oh, I'm eating, actually.
It's even funnier because you think maybe they're not facing the sunset because they need the light to like see something.
Sure. But they're like,
No.
I just want to see what I'm putting in my...
I think I would also be in a crowded space if I needed to eat. Everyone's facing what direction? I'm facing the other way. I don't want anyone to see any of this.
Any part of this going into my mouth.
No. I like to be a very solitary eater. Leave me and don't look at me.
I just think it's very funny to get reading and eating confused.
Yeah, that is really
Doesn't
funny.
feel like similar emotions at
No.
all, but I'm not here to,
They don't even look alike.
They don't.
No.
They don't. What's a food so good you would turn away from the sunset to eat it?
There's so many. I'm going to say I probably prioritize good food even more than a pretty
Okay,
sunset.
but I want a specific food, please.
But I could name 20.
Pick a food.
But that's not fair.
Swear to God.
You start.
It's
like what?
It's like strangling a cat trying to talk
Why
to
would you ever do that? Why do you know what that's
Exactly. Why would I ever do it? I start doing it and then I go, why am I doing this?
This doesn't bring me pleasure. Every time I think it will, but it does not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I honestly think I had a spam musubi this afternoon. I think a good spam musubi would
Yes.
I think a good
have me turn my face from the sunset.
I think I went to Hawaiian food because I pictured if I'm watching a sunset, it's probably Hawaii anyway. Like I'm probably.
It is weird how it only sets in Hawaii.
But I mean, if I'm
interesting how Earth and Sun work like
Earth
that.
and sun.
Earth and Sun, only Hawaii.
I think if anything, a beautiful sunset makes a meal taste better.
No, but you're picking between the two of them.
I will not.
Okay.
You have to.
I'm going to start strangling cats if you don't start answering my question.
That sounds like a
my
you problem.
answer
Yes.
would be
Yes.
probably pho, like a really good bowl of pho.
It would be hard to eat pho and watch the sunset.
Yeah.
See,
You
I had to
kinda
think
have
about
to-
food.
I could turn away.
Let's
from
assume
that.
you have all the amenities, a big table, whatever you need for whatever meal it is.
Why is that a necessity? Nobody was asking for that.
I like a table for my pho, but
Okay.
that's just me.
What are you eating?
You know what? It is going to be just, I think, a very good grilled teriyaki chicken with rice that's just like cooked so perfectly.
Mac
exactly
salad?
however you want it. Absolutely. Mac salad. That teriyaki sauce will just run into
Yep.
it a little
Yep,
bit.
yep.
It'll mix.
Creamy,
Add some
salty,
sriracha.
creamy,
Add some
salty.
hot sriracha sauce. Ooh.
Ooh, another answer for me would be like a charcuterie board.
Ooh, sure.
Because you can get lost in a charcuterie. boards,
Charcuterie.
You know,
Charcuterie board.
It's easy to just keep going with it.
Yeah, grazing away.
Layering.
I've always wanted to have one of those like $100. Have you seen like on Instagram? There's like those people who do them for like big corporate events,
Yes.
and it's like fruits and cheese.
Yes.
I want one of those so bad.
We should go splurge sometime.
We should,
We should.
girl. Let's go get a charcuterie
Let's go
board.
splurge on some charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
Or do you guys want to do one of those like TikTok food hack things where it's like, I don't know, like tacos and you just
No.
cover the counter in
Are you
chips
talking about- no.
and,
Like a
and
taco-
meat and beef
No.
and you just put it all on the counter directly and everyone just
we are
like
not
scoops
doing
it onto
counter
a plate.
nachos. We are not doing
that's
counter
just-
nachos.
It's just like a
No,
charcuterie
stop.
board.
I'm
It's
too
not.
much of a germaphobe for that.
I'm too much of a coochie. A charcuterie for that.
Too
I
much
want,
of a coochie
just to
for
be
that.
clear, this is a bit. I would never want this. And if I say I want this, I have been replaced with an alien.
No, that's yours. Good to know.
Yeah.
Good job.
Good to know.
I do not want counter nachos. No.
Do you have another
thank
one
you.
for us, Tom?
Oh my god, yeah, so many.
Oh my God, what a chance.
Here's one.
Thank you. Fred Meyer Clackamas. We talked in the parking lot a few hours ago. I was driving a silver truck. We talked about local video shops with glory holes. The gasp.
The shock that
It
fell
just
over the
turned left
crowd.
so fast.
The shock.
That's kind of why I liked it because it's pretty, standard
Pretty
fare
tame.
until you
Is
get
that
to the end. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
no,
how.
that's it.
That's the cliffhanger ending.
Yeah, I guess if you want to find out where the glory holes in Clackamas are, go to the Fred Meyer.
Is it at the Fred Meyer?
No, but that's where you talk about it with strangers,
Oh,
and
got
then they
it.
tell
So-
you where they are.
It's at the game shop.
Or a
So
video,
video
shop,
shop.
video store.
What video store?
Maybe like fantasy
Like
video.
adult video stores.
Oh, or Video Fantasy.
Yeah.
Fantasy video,
Sorry.
video fantasy, you know.
And
then-
Cockbuster.
There is one in
Cockbuster.
Clackamas. That maybe I think. I see what they're talking about.
Yep, and then you go there.
And apparently
There's
there's a
the
glory
glory
hole
hole.
inside. Well, let me speak as someone with a penis.
Yeah, sure.
Because I feel like
Don't
this
let
is the
us stop
question
you.
we're all dying to ask. Who's like, Colin, would you use a glory hole?
Nobody asked you that.
Here's the answer you've all been waiting for, all right? Check off your bingo cards. Here we go. It seems dangerous to me to put it in any
penis?
hole where I can't verify what's on the other side of it. You know?
Sure.
Just, let alone if it's any kind of person, whatever. They could have scissors? I don't know what's going
my
on.
God!
This is a fear of mine, okay? Just harm befalling that area of
I
me.
guess nobody thought that people could put poison in Tylenol before somebody put poison in Tylenol.
And, like, that's the
so
thing.
I guess that you're
That doesn't happen all the time, but it happened one
once,
time.
and it changed a lot.
And it changed a lot. Like, we would start regulating glory holes so fast. The minute someone got their winker cut off in one.
You're really using a lot of interesting penis.
Winker.
euphemisms
I'm just getting tired
today.
of saying the normal
You
shit.
said doink doink
Doink,
earlier
doink.
tonight, and
Penis
then
gets old.
winker.
I don't want to say dung or I did say
You don't wanna
cock for
say-
my
I was
cockbuster
gonna say
pun, but
cock, yeah.
that was a pun. It was worth it.
I would say, and maybe this is, I don't know. Are there people who go to glory holes looking to suck? Like,
Oh yeah, I know somebody.
Oh.
my God.
I
Okay.
do. I know somebody who told me about their adventures. And
Okay.
Wow.
They only go for that reason.
Oh, so
It was
did
in a
you
story.
not?
It was in a storytelling class I was in, and they felt vulnerable and felt.
Wow.
And then you
Open
said,
to
I'm going
share.
to share it to the world.
I don't tell their name.
That's
I
it.
will never say their name, but they shared that, and I was like, oh,
Okay, so
okay,
that
so
answers.
there are people who
There
do
we
that.
go. That answers my question.
Yeah.
There are people who just go to suck. Okay.
Now, was there anyone in that class who went there with like some like sharp objects intended.
It wasn't in the class.
I know it wasn't in the class.
No, but he was asking if anyone in the class also told a story about going there with scissors because should he be watching out
like 3
for that?
people.
Oh, see
Yeah,
that one?
yeah. So your chances of getting your doinker
3 out of 5
clipped
or
off.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Okay. See,
So be careful of glory holes for only that reason, apparently.
I think
So only for that reason you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
only for that reason.
So if it was Gary...
But you would do it because for...
I was joking.
I just want to clarify.
No, it seemed not for me. It seemed sketch. Unless could we work out an arrangement? Could I?
Just a reminder, your mom listens to this.
Whatever.
This is honestly tame.
I just
comparatively.
honestly like at this point, I feel like I've said worse
Glory holes.
per episode. There's always something.
If we could arrange for my doinker to be safe.
Could there be some sort of app that like verifies glory holes with reviews?
Only the blue checkmark
Only the
glory
blue
holes.
verified checkmark glory holes are acceptable. And you can maybe be like, yeah, that seems.
Yeah,
Someone get on that,
sounds
Zuckerberg.
I would get us out of this by offering another misconnection, but I'm out of them until the last one.
Well,
so
if
you have another you'd like us to do,
Yes,
now's
I
your
do.
chance.
Here we go. You want to take this one for a spin?
This is called Charlie from Scooter's Last Night. Charlie spelled CHARLEIGH.
Oh,
is
like
an-
fancy Ashley.
Charlie.
Yeah, interesting.
Into it.
I don't think you're the type to check misconnections, but I'm banking on you possibly following misconnections PDX. I'm not blowing you off after I left your friend's place. I went to Plaid and I left my phone on the counter for 2 seconds and I ran back and someone had already swiped it. I know I had a text from you and I needed to respond to. And now I have no phone and no way to contact you, and you probably think that I'm a jerk. I should have just spent the night with you. Tell me what game we played at your friend's apartment so I know it's you. How dare the universe do this to me during Pride Month? I hope you find this. I want to see you again.
That is like Shakespearean.
Yeah.
That is like all's well that ends well. That's a play.
I mean, but yeah, you're right though. This is very much like
It's so Shakespearean.
if it were a Shakespeare play, it wouldn't instead of a phone message, it would be a letter that someone hadn't read yet, and they set it on a counter, and then
Yep.
they left it, and then they went back for it, and it was gone.
It was gone.
Like, fuck, I need to reply to the letter. I didn't even see what it said.
And it would be during Pride Month.
And it would be during Shakespearean era Pride Month, which I think in his day it was just always
Every
Pride
day
Month.
of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's rough. That's a
Yeah,
bummer.
this is definitely like a
True
real misconnection, verified, blue check mark,
Blue check mark. Glory hole. Blue check mark.
Glory hole approved.
Misconnection.
misconnection.
My hole approves of this misconnection.
I hope I want this. If anything, I just wanted to send out the bat signal. I
Yeah,
wanted
signal
to,
boost.
boost this one, put it out here.
Do you know a Charlie who spelled Charlie?
That's a really unique spelling of Charlie. I bet there's only one.
At Scooter from Scooters.
From Scooters.
Scooters. Wherever that is.
Where that
Downtown.
is.
Yeah, apparently.
I think so.
Charlie. Listen, he's not a jerk.
They're
He's
not,
not
a jerk.
They're not a jerk.
We're not assuming any gender because it
No.
also says Pride Month.
You're right. I don't know shit.
That's the only reason why.
That's the only. I always assume gender otherwise.
This person is not a jerk. And I mean, was that immediately what you go to? If someone doesn't text you back, how fast do you go, they're a jerk? How long does this person have?
Well, it depends on how long I've known them. It depends on what our relationship is, what our cadence has been of
So if
conversation.
you meet them that night.
If you meet them that night, I would probably give it. And I texted them and I was like, "Here's my number. I'd love to chat to you." I'd probably give it like 24 hours before being like, "Oh, they're
That's a
not
good
interested.
call.
They're not interested." Because
That's
people
fair.
also have lives. You also have to
People do have
recognize.
lives.
And I might even give them the weekend because I would be like, especially if it's Pride Month. I'm like, they're probably out having a good time. They don't want to be on their phone this
Exactly.
weekend. Like, totally get it.
Yeah.
Because as a person who doesn't like to text even people they like, I get
Yeah.
it. I get
I'm
it.
horrible at it.
Same.
I'm trying to get better. But
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. There are a few people that the people that I feel it is most effortless to text with are the people that don't really need any information from me. Like the people that I can just send like one word texts back and forth to for a long time. Like that's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got to like craft a response.
Oh god, that's so exhausting.
Oy, oy, oy. That
And
shit's
it
tough.
takes me forever.
You've read some of my text drafts. I've been in situations where I've had to send you
Yeah.
text drafts. I love getting a good vet on a text draft.
Yeah. You've done it for me too.
Hey, what are bitches for?
That's only for drafting.
Only for
Texas.
drafting Texas and glory holes.
Texas.
We need Clippy back.
We're drafting Texas.
Texas. If I could draft Texas, I would say stop.
Stop what you're doing.
Stop, sir.
Please stop.
Please. No more. Mr. Abbott.
Enough.
Yeah.
Hey, enough.
Enough.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Charlie, give him another chance.
Charlie.
Also, it seems like they have a friend in common. Just go talk
That's
to your
right.
friend,
They
man.
do.
Come on.
Yeah, why are you here?
I'm not here to be homophobic on Pride Month, but hey,
Because that is homophobic.
that's homophobic. To tell a gay person to do a thing, homophobic.
How dare you?
I'd just like to say, I think it might be time for our segment of the show
Yes.
that we like to call Rants and Raves.
Yeah, folks, listen. There's a lot of stuff on Misconnections, and those are great. And sometimes the sections spill out into other sections. Really, there's a lot of rants and raves that make it into the Misconnection section when it has its own section. Anyway, we have a lot of stuff to rant and rave about that doesn't always make it into the body of the show proper. But now we're going to give ourselves a little minute to
To rant and rave.
rant and rave, to let it out.
You have a rant.
I do have a rant.
Let's start with a rant. I always feel like you
Okay.
start with the negative, go to the
Yeah,
positive.
Yeah.
So I would like to say, are you ready?
I think I am ready. As ready as I can be. You're giving me a minute?
Yep.
Okay.
A minute on the clock and start.
I'm mad, and here's why. This month, Marvel Comics put out a series of What If comics featuring Miles Morales, the Afro-Latino Spider-Man of Spider-Verse fame. And these were comics where he became another character. And one of them was, what if Miles Morales became Thor? It doesn't need to be this weird. But the writer decided to make it just filled with racial stereotypes. And this, like, rap is used as his dialogue. Like, he speaks in rap lyrics, and, like, the way he's introduced is through, like, rhyme. Miles Morales has never rapped. Ever. But at one point he says, instead of by Odin's beard, by Odin's fade, when he's like doing some Thor shit. And here's the worst part of that: Odin in the comic is bald. He doesn't even have a fade. It's just a great example of why we should let black writers write black stories.
You've got 10 seconds.
And if you want to blame this on a white guy and think, oh, he didn't know better, he's actually Mexican and Jewish. Like, he's Afro-Latino. Lean into the Latino part.
You're out. You're done.
Okay.
By Odin's
Fade. Yup.
And I think
Yup.
it's incredibly funny. Oh, and I'm sorry.
No.
But it is funny.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I think one of the things that I was struck by watching Into the Spider-Verse was I was like, this is so clearly written by people who, A, are black, are Afro-Latino, and B, people who very clearly get young people culture and aren't making fun of it. They're coming at it from literally, like, the way Miles Morales spoke, the way his friends spoke, the way he interacted with the world was, like, such an amazing and authentic take on an actual, like, because he's, like, Gen Z.
Yeah.
He spoke like a Gen Zer in a way that was so not cringy, and I feel like that's really hard to do because I know it was a group of older folks working on this Gen Z character.
Yeah.
And so for them to then do that in the comics is fucking hilarious. Like,
And, like,
so bad.
we can't stress
So bad.
enough how obviously distinct Marvel Comics is from, like, Sony Animation
Sure,
or whatever.
sure.
But, like, yes, we did so much work on this character and bringing him to
Yeah.
the world, and now we're just giving him to whoever wants him to just put rap lyrics on him. Anyway,
that
with
was
great
great.
power comes great responsibility.
I know.
Ass wipe.
I'd also like to say, check out Talon's TikTok. Go ahead and give us your handle, Talon.
I'm pretty sure it's at Biggie Talls.
At Biggie Tells.
Biggie
Check him out on
Tells?
TikTok. He's got a great TikTok about it.
Biggie.Talls. I just wanted to let the work speak for itself, and
It speaks.
you can smell it.
You can smell it.
All right, I have a minute on the clock for you.
Great. I
and
definitely
then,
prepared
Elena,
what
you
I was
definitely
gonna
have
talk
a
about.
rant or a rave prepared. I'm just kidding. Unless you want to whip one out, that'd be amazing.
Maybe a 30-second.
Ooh, I'll give you 30 seconds later.
Me.
Sarah, I'm so excited. I need to cheer up now.
yeah.
So please
chill out.
make us happy.
Make us happy, Sarah.
Minute on the clock, starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, everybody. I'd just like to give a shout out to my favorite fruit, avocados. Let me tell you right now. This morning I had an avocado. I think I saw God when I put my mouth on that green, that smooth green body. There's nothing more satisfying than cutting an avocado. Nothing more to make you feel like an expert than expertly taking the pit out of an avocado. Like, it is not just the eating of the avocado that is a sensual experience. It is the preparation of the avocado. Like, the avocado does everything I want it to do in a food. When I cut it into little cubes, it stays in little cubes until I mash it. And then it mashes delightfully. And it adds a buttery, creamy, delicious taste that I don't get to have very often because I'm lactose intolerant. So I get to put that on my bagel and call it a day. Thank you, avocados. I would kiss you with tongue.
Oh.
Wow. When nature's butter, you know?
Nature's butter.
They're literally the best.
They are just so good.
So good.
And sometimes I'm about to admit to a crime on this podcast. Is that a bad idea?
How serious of a crime?
Do you steal avocados?
Yeah, from Safeway.
Oh, okay.
Because here's my thought.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're bad.
Listen.
Sometimes the avocados at Safeway suck ass. And there's
bad.
nothing more disappointing than paying money for a bad avocado. So here's the deal. If I get a bad avocado, next time I will steal one to make up for the fact that I got a bad avocado.
I think that's fair. You know what? I think if it was Trader Joe's, they just let you do that. I think if you just gave them said... They literally do have a policy that's like, if it's bad or you don't like it, like, bring it back.
Well, I've been stealing from Safeway this whole time. I could have just been playing by the rules at Trader Joe's.
I see Trader Joe's a little cool.
Also, FBI, if you're listening to this, that was a joke.
Yeah, FBI, if you're listening to this.
Yeah, that was a good joke.
Thank you.
I like your stand-up.
My fingies were crossed the whole time.
Yeah. And just like as a blanket statement for all government agencies listening to us, everything we say on this podcast should not be taken seriously.
No. Jokes constantly.
Purely for comedic purposes. These are characters we play.
These are characters. Sarah Thompson does not exist.
Right. I'm actually being played by the actor Talon Liddell.
Actually, you are Tillamore Bozono.
Sorry, Tillamore Bozono is my real name. Talon Bigelow is a stage name.
Yeah, Tillamore Bozono. It's your real name.
Mr. Bozono?
Mr. Bozono, could we have a comment on
Table
that,
for one, Mr. Bozono.
And I believe I was rah.
Yeah.
Elena, do you have a 30-second rant or rave?
Yeah.
Do you want to
dealer's choice?
I have one for both. Which one do you want?
I think I want to rave. I think I want to end on a positive note.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll give you 30 seconds. Does that sound good? Okay, ready? Go.
My dog Mishka is the most incredible, the cutest dog on the whole freaking planet. He's the sweetest little creature who wants to like love on you and just he comes as soon as I come home from work and I sit on the couch, he comes immediately and sits on my lap and looks up at me with lovingly eyes and he's the sweetest little dog ever and I love him so much.
Ditto. Jumping in on
that. That was excellent. Well done.
Thank you.
And it's true.
Crying hearing about this.
I love him so much.
He's the best. He makes me so happy, and he's so expressive and small, and yeah, he's the cutest.
But rave is over.
Sorry, I'm just
kidding.
Rave is over.
I was just commenting on your rave. We've got one more misconnection for you, but before we go, we just want to say thanks for joining us on another deep dive into the misconnection section. If you enjoyed yourself, consider leaving a rating and review in the Apple Podcast app or tell a friend about the pod. The song was performed by Talon Bigelow, Rosie Sherman, and Elena Afanasiev. Follow us on Instagram at Craigslistential Crisis for more misconnections, behind-the-scenes content, and more.
And here is our last misconnection of the evening.
Thank you so much, Sarah. And big thank you to Elena Afanasiev for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God.
Know that you're planning on maybe making some more videos soon, right?
Yes. I am trying to get back on the YouTube world.
Woo! Follow her.
Yes. What's the channel name again?
All my handles are literally my name, Elena Afanasiev. So
it's spelled like it sounds, people. It's not that hard.
Link in the show bio. And it's really not, honestly, like, people always give you crap about your last name. It's so easy.
Too easy.
They're consonants, vowels, interchanging.
Now, Tillamore Bozono. Little hard.
That's a difficult name. All right, here we go. Final misconnection. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Happy Father's Day. Don't forget to take care of Daddy today. I'm Talon Bigelow.
I'm Sarah Thompson.
And I'm Elena Afanasiev.
This has been
Craig's Essential Crisis.
Yay!
Happy Daddy's Day.
Daddy.
Father's Day
Happy
has
Daddy's
gotten
Day.
more and more awkward over time.
Daddy Day.
You caught my eye in the grocery line, and I fancy myself a hell of a fella, but at the time I was nervous. Don't want to look like a pervert, but damn, it's hard to discern it. Were you flirting or were you just being kind? Is this a sign? Did the planets align? Cause the pleasantries we exchanged were nothing short of divine. Societal paradigms say it's all in my mind, but I think I sense a connection, so I'm hopping online to the .org, incorporated in 99. That's been in dire need of redesign since in Roman time. To the cutie who told the clerk that they were all out of time, from the wise guy behind it who said you can have mine. That's my opening line. I hope you'll pardon the pun. I'm not that kind of a guy. I'm not one to solicit strangers, but I'm strangely inclined. So if the feeling is reciprocated, send a reply.
They call it shooting your shot cause you might miss. And now I'm praying to God that you see this. You got me acting like I'm religious. I'm in a existential crisis. They call it shooting your shot cause you might miss. And now I'm praying to God that you see this. You got me acting like I'm religious. I'm in a existential crisis.
Taking the misconnection section
I'm in
into
a
new
existential
directions.
crisis.
It's second chances to full romances from passing glances.